2026 is shaping up to be a revolution for Japanese sports cars, with legendary names returning, hybrids rewriting the rulebook, and designs blending nostalgia with bold innovation. From Toyota reviving its poor man's Ferrari to Nissan electrifying Godzilla, this new wave delivers jaw-dropping speed, daring risks, and cars that carry legacy and rebellion in equal measure. So, get ready. The golden era of Japanese performance is back, only sharper, faster, and louder. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more exciting stuff. Number 10, 2026, Toyota MR2 GRMN. Toyota is preparing to resurrect one of its most legendary sports cars, and the hype is real. After nearly 2 decades away, the MR2, once nicknamed the poor man's Ferrari, is set for a 2026 return. That nickname was originally tied to the SW20 generation, but the new version looks ready to earn its own reputation. Toyota has been on fire lately with performance machines like the GR Yaris and GR Corolla, and the MR2's revival feels like the crown jewel in this comeback streak. The car will once again stay true to its roots as a mid-engine, 2-seat sports car. But this isn't just a nostalgic rehash. The 2026 MR2 is expected to pack Toyota's GR4 all-wheel drive system, giving it serious grip and handling potential. Under the hood sits a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine that punches out a jaw-dropping 400 horsepower and 550 newton-meters of torque, numbers that push it into supercar territory. The transmission lineup makes it even sweeter. Purists will love the 6-speed manual, while those chasing speed and precision can opt for either a 7-speed dual clutch or an 8-speed automatic. With the manual in the GRMN trim, Toyota is aiming straight at enthusiasts who refuse to give up the tactile thrill of shifting gears themselves. Performance estimates already look thrilling. The car should sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 3.8 seconds, a figure usually reserved for machines costing well into 6 figures. And yet, Toyota's MR2 is expected to come in far below those prices, delivering Ferrari-like thrills without a Ferrari-sized build. The curb weight and top speed remain under wraps, but the direction is clear. Toyota wants this car to be both a modern performance icon and a nod to its golden era of sports cars. Number 9, 2026 Honda Prelude. Honda is preparing to breathe new life into one of its most recognizable nameplates, the Prelude. Once a go-to choice for affordable performance in the 1990s, the Prelude disappeared from showrooms just as the segment began to fade. Now, at a time when lightweight, budget-friendly sports coupes are staging a comeback, the Prelude's return feels perfectly timed. Its biggest rival? The revised Toyota GR86, which is itself rumored to adopt hybrid power. That sets the stage for a fresh battle between Honda and Toyota, two names that defined the category decades ago with the Prelude and Celica. The concept version of the new Prelude hinted at a hybrid setup, delivering a modest 220 horsepower from a 2.0-liter inline-4 paired with dual electric motors. On paper, that sounds more commuter-friendly than corner carver, but spy footage of test models suggests Honda may be cooking up something bolder, possibly a performance-focused variant centered around the well-loved K20 Turbo 4, enhanced with hybrid assistance. Such a move would instantly give the car the punch it needs to hang with Toyota's upcoming Celica revival and keep the GR86 on its toes. Details remain scarce, with no official word yet on torque numbers, curb weight, or top speed. Transmission duties are expected to be handled by an eCVT, driving the front wheels. Purists may raise eyebrows at the lack of rear-wheel drive, but Honda has a history of making front-wheel drive performance cars genuinely fun to drive. The Prelude's revival could become one of the biggest surprises in the Japanese sports car scene. If Honda pulls it off, this coupe may offer drivers a mix of nostalgia and modern hybrid performance, all while staying in the price range of an attainable sports car, likely well under $40,000. Number 8, 2026 Nissan R32 EV Skyline GT-R. At the 2025 Tokyo Auto Salon, Nissan unveiled something that stunned both enthusiasts and skeptics alike: the R32 Skyline reborn as a full EV. This wasn't a corporate project meant for dealerships, but a passion-driven experiment led by longtime engineer Ryozo Hiraku, a man who once owned an R32 GT-R himself. His goal was ambitious: take one of Nissan's most celebrated performance icons, electrify it, and prove that its spirit could survive without gasoline. From the outside, The R32 EV looks almost untouched. Finished in gun gray metallic, it could be mistaken for a factory-fresh GT-R. But under the skin, the twin-turbo inline-six is gone, replaced with dual 160-kilowatt electric motors, each delivering 340 Nm of torque. Power comes from a 62-kilowatt-hour battery borrowed from the Leaf Nismo RC02, neatly tucked where the rear seats used to be. The result is a car that, despite being nearly 815 pounds heavier than the original, matches the performance benchmarks of the legendary RB26 DET engine. The engineers didn't chase headline power figures. Instead, they focused on balance. Just like the original, the R32 EV features an advanced all-wheel drive system, now controlled by sensors and software rather than clutches and hydraulics. With faster torque distribution, it promises even sharper handling than its gasoline ancestor. What makes this project remarkable is its commitment to driver engagement. Paddle shifters simulate gear changes, complete with artificial shift shock, and speakers pump in the RB26's iconic soundtrack. Add in a Nismo sports suspension with Öhlins dampers, larger brakes from the R35 GT-R, and factory-inspired 18-inch wheels, and the driving experience becomes an uncanny blend of past and future. Though Nissan has no plans to sell the R32 EV or offer conversions, the experiment signals something bigger. Performance icons of the past may still have a future, only this time powered by electrons instead of gasoline. Number 7, 2026, Mitsuoka Himiko. Among Japan's most eccentric automakers, Mitsuoka has always stood apart. While Toyota and Honda chase performance and innovation, Mitsuoka leans into art, nostalgia, and drama. Nowhere is that clearer than with the Himiko, a handcrafted roadster the company describes as a beautiful assassin. One glance explains why. With its impossibly long nose, short rear deck, sweeping fenders, and oversized headlights, the Himiko doesn't blend in. It steals attention the way a classic movie star does when stepping into the room. The design philosophy is unmistakably retro, inspired by British roadsters of the mid-20th century, yet grounded in Japanese craftsmanship. Each Himiko starts life as a modern Mazda MX5 Miata, before Mitsuoka's artisans stretch, reshape, and clothe it in curves that transform it into something far more theatrical. Beneath the vintage skin lies proven reliability, but the emotional punch comes from the way it looks and feels when the roof drops and the open air rushes in. Inside, the Himiko continues this balance of elegance and intimacy. The two-seat cabin is simple but refined, tailored toward the joy of unfiltered driving. This is less about overwhelming digital displays and more about an old-school connection between driver, machine, and road. The experience is deliberately indulgent. Driving a Himiko isn't about chasing lap times or bragging about horsepower. It's about turning an everyday cruise into an event. It is the kind of car that transforms a mundane drive to the cafe into something memorable, because people stop, stare, and often smile. Pricing typically starts around $75,000, depending on specification, which places it well above a standard Miata, but still far less than European roadsters with similar flair. The Himiko is proof that cars don't always need to be the fastest to leave the deepest impression. They just need to stir the heart. Number 6, 2026 MZR Sport Design 240Z. The MZR Sport Design 240Z takes one of Japan's most beloved classics and transforms it into something both timeless and cutting edge. At first glance, it carries the familiar elegance of the original Datsun 240Z, but beneath its sleek lines is a modern reimagining crafted with obsessive detail. This isn't a restoration, it's a rebirth. Each build is entirely bespoke, tailored for collectors who want something that feels both nostalgic and thoroughly engineered for today. Under the hood, buyers can choose from engines ranging between 2.8 and 3.1 liters, paired with MZR's electronic fuel injection system. Power is managed through an all-new 6-speed sports transmission and a motorsport-grade limited-slip differential, ensuring the car delivers far more than vintage charm. The chassis has been upgraded with a 30-way adjustable suspension system, custom suspension arms, and heavy-duty CV axle conversions, making it equally capable of weekend canyon runs or cross-country adventures. Comfort hasn't been ignored. The Sport Design integrates air conditioning, a modern heating system, power steering, Bluetooth audio, and central locking, creature comforts rarely associated with a 1970s Z car. Even the interior strikes a balance between retro flair and modern refinement, featuring bespoke sports seats, retro-style digital gauges, and a classic-inspired sound package. Attention to detail extends everywhere. A stainless steel exhaust with carbon tips, LED lighting upgrades, stainless bumpers, bespoke wheels, and motorsport spec brakes all elevate the car beyond nostalgia into true automotive art. Every element has been meticulously reworked, down to a discrete battery conditioner integrated into the system. While the price is listed as on application, builds of this caliber routinely exceed $150,000 depending on customization. The result is a machine that feels as at home in an exotic collection as it does on an open stretch of road. A classic 240Z reborn for the modern driver without losing its soul. Number 5. 2026 Mazda RX7. Few names in Japanese performance carry the weight of Mazda's rotary legacy, and now that story looks set for a dramatic new chapter. Mazda is preparing a flagship rotary sports car that feels like a spiritual successor to the beloved FD RX7. While the official badge remains a mystery, the styling and philosophy align closely with the RX7's lightweight, driver-focused ethos. What makes this project truly fascinating is how Mazda is marrying the quirks of a rotary engine with the precision of electrification. At its core, the new coupe will use a twin rotary setup, each chamber measuring 830 cc's. On its own, that would already excite purists. But Mazda is taking it further by pairing the rotary with 3 electric motors, 2 dedicated to the front wheels, and 1 integrated between the transmission and Wankel engine. The result is an advanced all-wheel drive layout designed to preserve the rotary's high-revving character while delivering instant torque from the electric motors. Power figures are projected to land between 350 and 400 horsepower, more than enough to place the car squarely in modern sports car territory. With an estimated curb weight of about 2,976 pounds, the performance targets are equally sharp, 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 3.8 seconds. If those numbers hold true, Mazda's upcoming rotary machine could match the acceleration of cars costing well over $100,000. Transmission details are still under wraps, though insiders suggest an 8-speed automatic may accompany the hybrid rotary setup. The top speed hasn't been announced, but given Mazda's ambitions, it is likely to be competitive with established performance coupes. Among the wave of new Japanese sports cars, this rotary hybrid has the potential to be the most groundbreaking, a blend of nostalgia and innovation that could redefine Mazda's performance future. Number 4. 2026 Lexus LFR. When Lexus first unveiled the LFA, it shattered expectations. A brand long associated with quiet luxury suddenly delivered a V10 symphony wrapped in carbon fiber. A car so precise and emotional, it became an instant legend. Now, years later, Lexus is preparing its successor, and the early signs suggest it could be even more dramatic. Known as the LFR, this new flagship is in the final stages of development and looks set to redefine what a Japanese supercar can be. The LFR trades the LFA's high-revving V10 for an advanced plug-in hybrid powertrain built around a 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8. On its own, that's already serious firepower, but Lexus adds 2 electric motors into the mix. Together, the system is expected to produce a staggering 720 horsepower and more than 700 pound-feet of torque, blowing past the LFA's already potent 553 horsepower. Performance targets are nothing short of outrageous. Early figures suggest a 0 to 60 mile-an-hour sprint in just 2.2 seconds, a number usually reserved for multi-million-dollar hypercars. Thanks to its aluminum chassis and carbon fiber bodywork, the car is projected to weigh around 2,976 pounds, keeping the power-to-weight ratio razor-sharp. Yet this isn't brute force without brains. Lexus promises the LFR will offer a driving range of over 430 miles before needing a recharge or refuel, blending supercar thrills with long-distance capability. Power will be sent through a 10-speed automatic transmission to an all-wheel drive system, ensuring that every ounce of performance is harnessed effectively. No official price has been revealed, but given the LFA originally started at $375,000, the LFR is likely to command an even higher figure. What's clear is that Lexus isn't building this car to be practical. It's building it to make a statement on the global stage. And once again, nobody saw it coming. Number 3. 2026 Toyota GR86. The Toyota GR86 has always carried the reputation of being a fun, affordable driver's car, but speed was never its strongest card. That's about to change. The next generation GR86, expected around 2026, is stepping away from its Subaru partnership and rewriting the script with a far more aggressive approach. At the heart of this shift sits a 1.6-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, borrowed from the GR Yaris and GR Corolla. But here, it won't be working alone. The compact powerhouse will be paired with an electric motor, forming a lightweight hybrid system that's designed less for fuel savings and more for raw performance. Toyota is expected to house the electric motor directly in the transmission, keeping weight to a minimum and balance sharp. Numbers tell the story best. The new GR86 is targeting over 300 horsepower, with torque climbing to an estimated 400 newton-meters, a huge leap from its predecessor's modest output. That bump in strength means acceleration will finally match the car's sharp handle. 0 to 60 miles per hour could land between 4.2 and 4.5 seconds, a figure that puts it in a completely different league than the current model. For reference, the outgoing GR86 barely cracked 7 seconds in the sprint. Purists don't need to panic. Toyota knows its audience, which is why the car will still be offered with a 6-speed manual alongside an 8-speed automatic. Rear-wheel drive remains intact, keeping the car's traditional sporty feel alive. And despite the hybrid setup, weight should stay close to 2,975 pounds, keeping agility high. The next GR86 won't just be a budget-friendly sports coupe anymore. It's shaping into a proper entry-level performance machine, a car that can finally match its reputation with numbers worthy of its name. Number 2. 2026 Mazda MX5 Miata. The Mazda MX5 Miata has always been the lightweight darling of the sports car world, a car that prizes agility over brute strength. But in 2026, it's gearing up for a transformation that will make purists nervous and thrill-seekers curious. According to early reports, the next-generation Miata won't just stick to its naturally aspirated roots. It's heading into hybrid territory. That's right. The roadster that built its reputation on simplicity and purity is about to embrace electrification. Before traditionalists panic, Mazda isn't abandoning what made the Miata iconic. Engineers are determined to keep the roadster featherlight, aiming for a curb weight of under 2,200 pounds, a figure that would make it one of the lightest hybrids on the market. To put things into perspective, that's hundreds of pounds lighter than many modern compact cars. And under the hood, the familiar 2.0-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder will remain, paired with a mild hybrid system designed to enhance efficiency without dulling performance. The numbers look promising. Mazda is targeting over 100 horsepower per liter, meaning this little roadster should put out more than 200 horsepower. That's not mind-blowing on paper, but for a car this small and light, it's a serious leap. Early estimates suggest a 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint in just over 5 seconds, making it the quickest Miata ever built. And the transmission options? The beloved 6-speed manual stays alongside an optional 8-speed automatic for those who prefer convenience over clutch work. Rear-wheel drive, of course, remains non-negotiable. So, in 2026, the Miata won't just carry forward its lightweight DNA, it will become the most powerful and advanced version yet, blending tradition with technology in a way that could redefine what a hybrid sports car looks like. Number 1. 2026 Toyota GR Supra 2026 is shaping up to be a turning point for Toyota, a year that blends nostalgia with bold engineering risks. Two legendary names, MR2 and Celica, are set for a revival, but the spotlight falls firmly on the Supra. The 6th generation of Toyota's most iconic sports car is rumored to shed its shared BMW Z4 roots, finally standing on its own. That move alone has enthusiasts buzzing, but the controversy runs deeper. The new Supra is expected to go hybrid. Instead of the classic inline-6, Toyota is reportedly equipping the next Supra with a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 hybrid. It may sound underwhelming on paper, but the numbers speak otherwise. Over 400 horsepower paired with more than 405 pound-feet of torque promises staggering performance. Toyota's goal? A 0 to 60 mile-per-hour sprint in just 3.7 seconds, a leap forward that would make it the fastest Supra ever offered to the public. The estimated curb weight of 3,417 pounds shows Toyota isn't letting hybrid tech weigh down the driving experience. What's most intriguing is the gamble Toyota is taking. The Supra name has always been linked to big, robust 6-cylinder engines, a fact that defines its cult following. Replacing that legacy with a smaller turboform, even a hybrid one, risks sparking debates across car communities. Yet the shift aligns with global performance trends. Downsized engines, electrified assistance, and blistering acceleration figures that once seemed impossible for compact power plants. The 2026 Supra's price hasn't been officially announced, but whispers suggest a tag north of $60,000, putting it in the same ring as some serious European rivals. If these numbers hold true, Toyota might be preparing not only the most controversial Supra ever built, but also one of the most groundbreaking Japanese sports cars of its era. And that wraps up our look at the top 10 Japanese sports cars arriving in 2026. A lineup that proves the golden era is far from over. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on the latest in performance cars, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.